Hi there, I'm Noreen McKie. I want to show you today how to make this beautiful snow globe card. Encased in polar white, fabulous scene, beautiful card, insert, and then because it's got a dome, I'm also going to show you how to create this beautiful pillow box to enclose your creations. So items we're going to use, first of all, you've got your sheet of the beautiful snowflake peel-offs. Then obviously we've got the decoupage, and you can see that there's 3 different pieces of artwork in there. We're going to be using the robin today. And we've also got the base of the robin. We've also got the other images here and the sentiments. So all we're going to do today is actually just release the base and put those to one side for another time. Now when you're doing the decoupage, what I tend to do, I've got just a little foam mat, and just to make it easier, you can see on the decoupage obviously it's all numbered 1 through to 9 in this instance, so you can either take them all out and lay them down, or you can do them individually. So you can see that, can you hear that? That click. And that is just breaking a lot of the tabs that are keeping that image together. So quite robust. But where you're doing the very little narrow pieces, so say for instance beside his feet, just don't be frightened to just pull on those tabs and they'll release. So there we've got the beautiful holly, the berries. This artwork is absolutely beautiful, I love it. And let's face it, who doesn't love to get a robin card at Christmas time? It means so much to an awful lot of people, the connotations of, you know, Christmas and lovely to come and see you and visit you. I love these, absolutely. And the colour of the artwork is absolutely beautiful. So what you could do, you've got all of that beautiful artwork, then you can embellish it if you want. You could put some glitters and all manner of things, but I'm going to keep it simple because if you're new to crafting, this is all you're going to need. So we'll just continue like that. So we're going to do number 1, then you would go to number 2. So again, I would do the same. And here are the pieces. Now I've laid these out. This is, if you use sticky labels, anything like that, this is a good carrier sheet. So if you want to sit by TV and get them, all of these decoupaged, and put your foam pads on the back, you can see there that I've got those already. I've actually put them in the way that I know they are going to go on. So we're going to go through numbers 1 to 9. So we've got the base here. Another thing that I like to do is when I've got this many peel-offs, what you can do is you can actually lift up some of those. Now I'm going to use my scalpel because sometimes they just ping away and I'll find them maybe at Easter time when I'm not looking for. Can you see the detail on that? Now we can put some of those in and around, being aware that we are going to put the decoupage on top of this. So we can take some of these off, maybe just put one up here. The other little pieces, these, don't forget when you're using your peel-offs, you always end up with little bits of waste. Well, us crafters don't call them waste, do we? No, they're necessities. So I'm just going to use some of those so we can just accentuate the artwork on there by giving it a little bit of a shine. So you can do as much or as little as you wish to do that. So again, we're going to move it along and start with the decoupage. So I've got the decoupage pieces. As I say, Katy said we've got some lovely foam pads sticky pads that I put on the back. So what I want to show is that you don't have to have a piece to go everywhere, particularly not when we're using the snow globes, because it's not weight bearing and you're going to cover it over. And I do like to think that the polar white will be able to fold through the spaces. So what I wouldn't do is just put too many on. So there's areas there that I haven't got the foam pads on. In all different sizes, they come 2mm, which I think is probably enough. So I'm just going to lay this down. I don't like to put it down straight away. I just want to make sure that that's going to be kind of in the area that I want it to be. Use my little pokey tool, just see, is that going to look right? Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So there we go. So that's my first piece done. Very, very cute. And you can see there that we're starting to build up that decoupage. So number 2. So again, place it down carefully. So we want to just make sure that that's going to place down nicely once you're happy with that position. You get the children involved in this. This is absolutely perfect. Perfect for making their cards. And how proud are they going to be if you're giving these kind of snow globe cards to non-crafters? They're absolutely fascinated by how you've been able to make that. So yeah, the kids are going to love it. So again, put you on top there. Then I've got the smaller pieces here. So when you're putting them down, if you've, like I've done here, released them from the backing sheet, and you're in any doubt where this is going to go, look at the artwork so I can see that the berries are going to go around the bottom and the snow is on the top there. So again, just gently place that down. If you're happy with the position, lock it into place. So we're just going to continue with those pieces. And there's some tiny pieces here. Now I would certainly use them, but if you didn't want to, or maybe you've got dexterity problems, maybe you're going to be able to use your tweezers, things like that. But if you're worrying about putting little embellishment, little pieces on there, don't worry about it, because whilst they're beautiful, you don't really have to worry about using those up. So I'm just going to place those. So there's my carrier sheet ready to use for another time. Make sure we've got all of those in position. Now comes the magic. We're going to use a snow globe. We're going to use some polar white. And I'm going to use some double-sided tape. So you can either use the red liner tape, or you can use the double general finger lift tape. I tend to use the finger lift tape, and there's never been a problem with that. So I've got the polar white, and what I've already done is I've placed that into a dish. So this is a whole pack of that polar white. You'll be able to see that there's absolutely mountains there. So you're going to have it for all of your future projects. So to get the snow globe over, what I always say is use 6 pieces. So we're going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, and I start at the top. So the top of the inside of the globe, and then I'm going to turn that round there. What you don't want is to have your tape too far on the inside of that. So if you're in any doubt, make it towards the outside of the lip. So there we've got 6 pieces there. And then we're going to put 6 pieces on the top. So this is going to be where we enclose the actual snow globe card, the snow globe base, into a card. So I've got 2, 4, 5, 6. Now what we want to do there is to put the pieces in the opposite area. It just means that it's a little bit more secure, and it also means that you can see when you take off the inside pieces exactly where the outside pieces go. So there we go. So we've got the double-sided tape. Another thing that I would say is to use like an anti-stat bag, or if you've got anti-stat spray. It doesn't normally have a problem with me, but I know some people, if they're a little bit more static than I am, it tends to make the polar white can sometimes stick on the inside. So we've got that done. So we've got the polar white here, and what we need to do is not put too much. Less is way more. So I've got a pinch of polar white, maybe a tiny little inch more, and that's as much as you're going to use. So what you can see there is that we've got some little straggly bits. Now I don't want any of those around the outside because we want nothing to stop that secure, nothing to stop that being secured on the globe. So you can see I'm going to take, what I don't do again is I don't put my hand inside. I've used my anti-stat bag, so I don't want to add any more finger marks or anything like that. So you can see that we've gone round. So we've got the 6 pieces taken off there. So just hold that over the top. What you don't want to do is to just put it down straight away. So we're going to make sure that that is in the exact shape, in the exact place that I want it to be before I actually place it down. So I've just got my fingernails underneath that until I'm sure that that's where it wants to go, and I'm happy with that. So I'm going to push that straight down, and that's the polar white encased quite happily in those beautiful robins. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the card and show you how we make the card up. So remember, everything that you're seeing me use today is from the Snow Globes kit. Absolutely wonderful. So we've got a beautiful insert. Obviously there's a few different verses, but I love this one with the robins. And then again, there's lots of different colours of your aperture cards, but you can see that this is going to fit perfectly over the top there. So we're just going to continue. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of these finger lift tape off the top there. So this is on the outside rim, remember. Those robins are quite happy with the lovely polar white. If you've got any little pieces overlapping, it doesn't matter because you're going to put them into your, we're going to cover the inside. So again, that's another little piece of beauty that we can do. So again, as we did with the snow globe, when we're doing this, make sure that you've got complete control over the top of it, and then when you're happy, just add some pressure and place that down onto your card. So again, that's encased in the card, and then you can see the inside of that. So what I want to do then is to make sure that this is going to stay encased. So I'm just going to press that down. Make sure that that's encased in the card. So I'm going to use, again, you can either use red liner or your ordinary finger lift tape. So I like to be quite generous with the finger lift tape. So I'm going to place some down. If you haven't got finger lift tape for this, you know, you can use your ordinary PVA glue, but I think for an instant grab, then this is probably the better thing to do. Although I do use some wet glue as well, because I don't like to take the finger lift tape right up to the outside in case we're kind of just going to go over the edge as that would. I'm just going to cut that off so that doesn't spoil. And then just place that down to make sure that we've got that nice and secure there. Okay then, so now we're going to start with the beautiful insert. So we've got the insert here. what we want to do is obviously make sure that it's folded extremely straight. If you're a bit worried about it, you can get something like your ruler just to butt up against so that you can see that that's going to fit perfectly. When you're happy again with that, just put your crease. Either use your nail or you can use a bone tool to burnish that nice and straight. And again, the quality of this is absolutely gorgeous. So we're sending lots of love this Christmas. What I like to do is we're going to fold this card over. Again, they're pre-scored, so you've got no worries about this not fitting correctly. What I like then to do is, first of all, make sure that you've got it up the right way. I've made quite a few cards that would be better off in Australia, so just check, make sure that you've got that in the right position. So I'm going to start and take the finger lift tape off. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to use some wet glue, because whilst you've got instant grab, the wet glue will continue to stick. Okay then, so you can go over the finger lift tape if you like, but I just like to take the wet glue up to the edge, and then I do like to go over the top. So again, it's just added insurance that this card is going to come out perfectly the way you want to. So the way I usually put it in is we've already made sure that this is the right way up, and I'm going to put that up to the edge. So make sure that you've got the top and the bottom as neat as you can, and then literally press that down. So we'll have an instant grab with the double-sided tape, and then your glue is going to dry there. So you can see a little bit of glue on the top there, so I'm just going to take that away. Now, lots of people don't mind this being open, the other side of your insert, but if you want to make sure that it's secure, I like to just put a little bit of finger lift tape there, and again, just close it in on itself, and then you've got your beautiful insert, you've got your beautiful polar white card, your snow globe card. And then what else do we need to do? We're going to embellish this, and then we're going to make the pillow box. Okay then, so we've got our lovely card already assembled, but we do need to embellish it a little bit. And again, this is with the kit. Going back to our base that we had, can you see these beautiful sentiments that we've got here? So I like this one. See how easily that comes out. I'm going to use that Merry Christmas sentiment, and I'm also going to take that out while I'm here, because we're going to use this on our beautiful pillow box. Okay then, so look at everything else we've still got to use at a later date. So other things we're going to use, look at these. These are just absolutely wonderful. So we've got small bows. They may not look like it yet, but they're going to be. And then we've got the larger bows as well. Again, all included with the kit. So it's just a matter of choice which ones you're going to use. So I'm going to, for the Christmas card, set this to one side for the pillow box. For the Christmas card, I really quite like these. So we need one. And again, see how easy this is. You've got older children and that are able just to help you take all of these out. You could sell them for your church fetes. You could sell them, you know, for your charities. So that's the 3 pieces that make up that bow. So we're going to go with that, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the sentiment in a minute. So we've got the bow. All I've done after that is to actually, and I've used red liner tape for this just to be extra secure. I'm going to show you what we did. So we've got the base, the beautiful tails. We've got the bow, which I put red liner tape in the centre. And then we've got the additional centre of the bow when we finish that. So all we're going to do is we're going to lift this finger lift tape. So I've only got a small bit, and it doesn't matter that there's a piece over the back because that's going to go through the back anyway. What you need to do is just, without creasing the bow, just bring that over to the centre, and I'm just going to place that just on the first half of that double-sided tape. So you can see there that we're doing there. So again, I'm just holding that in the middle, turning that over, and then you've got the basis of your bow. Now that little piece that's there, you can just push that over the top there. So that's the start of your bow. Now we've got the back of it, which I've got the double-sided tape, a red liner again, remember. And what I like to do is where the join is, I want to turn that over so I've got a nice, whoops, that's cut and done. So I've got a nice, neat little edge to that. So make sure that we've got that in the position that you want. Then press that down like that. And then just to finish that off, we really have thought of everything, you know, because I don't know about you, but I'm rubbish at making bows. Just to get a nice bow, I can do bows, but they're never as nice as this. So again, that takes away all of the worry of making your bow. So this is just going to be the tie that goes around the bow. So you can see we've got the start of that bends over, that bends over, and then we've got our beautiful bow. What you can do is, if you've maybe flattened it a little bit whilst you've been making it, you can pull it up. You can actually just bend that over, give it a little bit more realism, but how adorable is that? Right then. So what we're going to do now is we're going to place this, and again, it's entirely up to you where you're going to put it, what you're going to do with it. I quite like it there. I like it. I like Geordie angles. So we're just going to put, I can find the bit of my tape, some red liner again, and that's going to go over the join. And again, that's just going to make sure that you've got that doubly secure. Lift up the centre, back. If like me, you've done the television and you can see red liner tape is kind of just never your best friend when you want it to be, because you always have trouble finding that piece. But you'll manage it, you'll do it. Right, put that here. And I'm going to, again, always just hold it over before you actually offer that straight to the card. So we've got that. That's looking pretty cool there. And I've got this Merry Christmas, the sentiment. So again, when I said that Katy Sue does some beautiful the foam pads, this is the 2mm ones. There's a pack of 3 in each pack. And what I like about these particular ones is that you can cut them. You can see that I've been cutting out some of these, but for this one, I want to put 1 foam pad there. I want to put 1 foam pad there. Then obviously take the back off. Then again, offer it up to your card to make sure that you're quite happy with where it's going to go. Once you're happy with that, you can put that down. What I want to do is I want to add a couple of those beautiful little snowflakes. Again, you've got so many of them, but just sometimes, as with polar white, less is more. But you see the actual detail on that little snowflake is wonderful. So I'm going to lift that up. And then again, offer it down to your card. Place that down. So there we have it. There's the magic of Christmas. We've got the polar white enclosed in with snow globe. We've got a beautiful bow, we've got the sentiment, we've got the insert. Now all we need is the pillow box to make up to go with it. So we're happy now that we've got the card made. And when you've made a beautiful creation like this, you want to present it nicely. You could put it in a padded envelope just to protect the dome, but why not, again, with the kit, use one of these beautiful pillow boxes. So remember, I took the sentiment out. I've still got my peel-offs. We've got the bow, which I made the large bow. Now we're going to make a small bow to go with this fabulous pillow box. And there is a lot of different colours, different varieties in there. You can see immediately that this is all scored. It's pre-scored. So we're going to just fold this down. So you can use a little bone folder just to flatten that down. And you can see that again. Now, while I remember, you've got the instructions for making this up, and you've also got the instructions for the bows in with your pack as well. So I'm just going to use ordinary finger lift tape and run that across the tab like that. So once you're happy that that's nice and flat, we can lift up and then fold that over. And again, just burnish that down. You haven't got a bone folder, anything that you use in the back of your scissors, anything like that, but you can see that that instantly grabs onto that. So we've got the beautiful artwork on here, the gorgeous tartan that we've got here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bend that, and you can see because that's pre-scored that that bends down, no problem. I'm going to do the back of that one as well. It's entirely up to yourselves, but what I like to do is I like to put the back first, and then I can fold the top down over. If you want to seal it, what I would do there is put some double-sided tape there and just push that down when you're sealing it. So before we start and do that though, I just wanted to show you how easy that was to do. I'm just going to put some little embellishment on. So this can be gluing whilst I'm waiting to make the bow. So again, just ordinary PVA glue. Make sure it has a good tack, and then just press that down, and that can be sealing into place while we're making the bow. So we've made the big bow. What we're going to do, we're going to make this the large bow. So again, beautifully, the small bow, sorry. We're going to take this out. And look at the amount of bows you're going to get. Wow, I love this. Again, another ingenious thing, because if you look at this closely, you can see that it has score lines there. So you can either use your pokey tool to score down, just gently, it doesn't need to be anything too firm. You can do that, or one of the things I saw that one of the guys in the office was using, just to use any kind of straight edge and then lift that up, and that immediately bends. So again, you don't really need any specialised equipment to be able to make these bows. Now you can glue these, but what I like to do, just because I'm just going to be quickly showing you and I want to show how easily that makes up, what you need to do is, depends on which way you want to do it, but can you see that on the top there, I'm going to show you on here, can you see here, that's the top of the bow. So that's kind of where the knot is. So we're going to make sure that we move that first bit over onto the inside. So I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of double-sided tape on the inside. Again, if you were at home, then obviously you might use some double-sided, some glue. But just to make sure that this fits straight away, I'm going to push that down onto there. So there you go, got that grab straight away. So again, another tiny little bit on the top of the bow. So just place it onto there. Take that off. And then we're going to move that. And there you can see, look, the artwork, honestly, the thought of everything. Now that's beautiful as it is, but you can, if you want to, raise this up a little bit. So again, because I've used double-sided tape, then I can do this straight away. If you'd use your wet glue, you would have to maybe wait a little while longer. So you can give that another little bit dimension. You can actually, if you wanted to, put a gem in the middle, anything like that, just adds to the beauty of it, but not really necessary. So again, we're going to place that down onto there. So I'm just going to use another little bit of double-sided tape. Now I just want that on there, so I'm going to cut that excess off. Or when you take it off, you can actually tuck this back over onto itself. So we're going to take the double-sided tape, the carrier sheet off the back. So make sure that that double-sided tape is out the way. I want to just open that up a little bit again. So make sure that you're not going to cover the beautiful script on your Merry Christmas. If you want to further embellish and lift the bows up, then you can. So there we've got we're wishing a magical Christmas. You've got your bow. So we'd already folded in the back. Fold it back down like that. You can see it's even got a little finger lift for you to push it in and for the recipient to be able to open it easily as well. I love these. I just think how fantastic. When you have those awkward little presents for Christmas, or when you have a fantastic creation like this that you need to give, you can see how easily that fits in. Fold the bottom down. Fold the top in. Make sure we've got that where it's pre-scored. Nice and neat. And then all you need is to just hand this to whoever you've made it for with love, and they're going to think you're wonderful. And I think you're wonderful as well. Take care then. Have a lovely Christmas.